students, welcome back to the course Information Theory and Coding. In the last class, we discussed about what is the important Shannon encoding algorithm and how we can make use of the Shannon encoding algorithm in order to convert the source alphabet into code alphabet. Today in this class, we are going to study about some more detailed description of that is what is the procedure we are going to use in order to convert the source alphabet into code alphabet, and we are going to solve some number of problems. Okay, so let us try to understand what is the procedure we need to adopt. The first and foremost things what you are supposed to do is you need to list the source symbols. So whatever the source symbols are there from the source alphabet, you need to list them in a decreasing order of their probabilities. You need to arrange them in a decreasing order of their probabilities. So they will be giving you the source symbols with associated probability they will be giving you, and what you are supposed to do is you need to arrange them in a decreasing order of their probability. You are supposed to do it. So after doing that, the second step what you are supposed to do is you need to compute one of the important parameter, and that parameter call it as a alpha. So the number of alpha parameter however will be, it depends upon how many number of symbols, the source symbols you have. So based upon that you will be having a alpha q number of source symbols you need to calculate. So how we are going to calculate is the first one alpha value we will be assuming it as a 0. The second one what we are going to do is we are going to calculate P1 plus alpha 1. Since P1 is always anyway it is always equal to 0, so therefore alpha 2 will be P1 only. The next symbol alpha 3 will be P2 plus alpha 2, P2 plus alpha 2. So we know that P2 it is a new generated, which is the P2 we have considered from the source alphabet, and alpha 2 is the previous value what we are going to get. So like this you need to compute all the alphabet values, that is alpha values for all the q number of symbols. The next thing what you are supposed to do is you need to determine the average length, that is for the each given source symbol you need to find out the number of bits which is needed to represent that source alphabet you need to find out. So therefore in order to find out the length we will be using this expression. So to find the length of the code word for each source symbols we need to determine. So I will be using this equation in order to find out the length of the code words for each source symbol. So that is nothing but log 2 to the base 1 by pi, that is less than or equal to li, which is greater than or equal to 1 plus log 2 to the base 1 by pi. You need to do it. So these the average length for all the source symbols you need to calculate. Next what we are supposed to do is whatever the values you have calculated from the this uh, the alpha values, those alpha values you need to decimal values. Those alpha values you need to convert it into decimal values, and then these decimals values you need to represent in a binary form. These decimals values you need to represent in a binary form. So the length of this binary value should not exceed the li value what you have calculated in the previous expression. Okay, so after removing the binary expression in the fifth stage, so you will be getting the code words which has been converted from the source alphabet into code alphabet. And after conversion we need to calculate so how efficiently we have converted the source alphabet into code alphabet. So for that we will be using the one code efficiency equation, that is nothing but eta c is nothing but h of s divided by l, where h of s is the entropy of the source and L is the average length of all the code words which are there in a source alphabet. So I am going to use this h of s is nothing but summation I is equal to 1 to q pi log 1 by pi. So that is nothing but the entropy of the source you will be getting, and the average code length we will be calculating L is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to q pi into Li. So if I calculate this, then I will be getting the source efficiency. Okay, so this is the procedure what you are supposed to adopt when we want to find out the source alphabet into, that is when we want to find out the code alphabet into source alphabet. So once again I am going to summarize what you are supposed to do it. So first what you are supposed to do is you need to list the source symbols in a decreasing order of probabilities, and then you need to compute the alpha values. So the number of alpha values will be depends upon the number of source symbols what you have, and then what you are supposed to do is you need to find out the smallest integer value for each source symbol so that you can represent them in a binary form. The next, the decimals values of the alphas, you need to convert it into binary form, and this binary forms you need to restrict it to the number, the average length what you have calculated, that is Li. So based upon that, you can stop the binary form representation from decimal values into binary values, and then finally you are going to calculate the code efficiency by using these expressions. Okay, so let us try to solve some of the examples by using this method. Okay, so the first thing, so let us try to understand this problem. A source emits an independent sequence of symbols with an alphabet consisting of 5 symbols. So they have given you the 5 symbols they have given you. So what are those 5 symbols? A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D and E they have given you. So and they have given you the probabilities values they have given. The emission of these source symbols they have given you the probabilities values. So what are those probabilities values? 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 3 by 16 and 5 by 16. So the probability of emission of A is 1 by 4, probability of emission of B is 1 by 8. So like this they have given you. Now what they are asking you, find the binary Shannon's code words for each symbols and find the efficiency of the code scheme what you are going to employ. Okay, so you need to adopt this procedure. So what is the first procedure? You need to list the source symbols in a decreasing order of their probabilities. Okay, so when you're listing the source symbols in a decreasing order of their probabilities, so one hint what I can give you, so you make sure all the denominator values is having a same length. All the denominator values it is having the same values. It is you need to know, so that if you make all the denominators with a common value means, then depending upon the numerator value you can identify which one is having a greater probability. Okay, so what is the least value you have? That is 5 by 16 is the least value. So what I suggest is you convert all the denominators, that is 4, 8, 8 is the right. So you convert them into 16 value so that it will be easy for you to differentiate. So which is the probability value having the least values you will be having. Okay, so you what is the given? You need to arrange them in a decreasing order of their probabilities. So when I arrange them in a decreasing order of their probability, so the first you will be getting 5 by 16, the second will be getting 4 by 16, next you will be getting 3 by 16, next you will be getting 2 by 16, next you will be getting 2 by 16. So next what is the next step is, so you need to compute the Li. So Li initially what I said you, so for the first symbol it will be 0, and for the second one what will be P1. So the second will be P1 plus this value you will be calculating, and for the third one what you will be getting is, so this, that is a alpha 2, and this you will be getting a P3 you will be getting, and the next one will be this plus this you will be calculating, and the next one will be this plus this you will be getting. So this is what you are going to calculate the alpha values you will be getting. Okay, understood, right? This now we are going to calculate. Okay, so the next thing what you are supposed to do is, so you need to calculate the average number of bits which are needed to represent this pi values you need to calculate. So how you are going to calculate? So by using this expression you need to calculate, so how many number of bits you need in order to represent this source alphabet you need to calculate. So first symbol what is that? So you have a 5 by 16. So you have a 5 by 16. So how you can calculate? 5 by 16 is nothing but, so log 1 by pi is less than or equal to Li, which is greater than or equal to 1 plus log 1 by pi you need to calculate. So what is the first one they have given you? That is 5 by 16 they have calculated. So that is nothing but log of 16 by 5 Li less than or equal to 1 by log of 16 by 5. So if you do that, you can see here you need to consider this Li to be an integer value which lies between these two values. So if you check this summation value, so Li can be 2. So next one is what is you have? 4 by 16 you have. The next one is 4 by 16 you have. So 4 by 16 how? If you apply this formula, so you'll be getting Li should be equal to 2 should be greater than Li should be greater than 3. So what you can do is, so you can consider this Li should be equal to 2. You can do the consideration for this Li equal to 2. So similarly next 3 by 16. So 3 by 16 when you do this you can get, it should be greater than 2.41 and it should be less than 3.41. So your Li you will be considering it as 3. The next one is 2 by 16. So 2 by 16 when you do this, so you'll be getting 3 greater than or equal to 4 you are supposed to do it. So therefore you are going to consider it as the least value what we will be satisfying. So the least value what it is satisfying is 3. So therefore I will be considering this as a 3. Similarly, the 2 by 16, one more is there. So therefore, we have calculated. So this will be equal to 3. So this is how you have calculated the average length of code words which is needed to represent this probabilities values you will be having. Okay. So the next thing what you are supposed to do is you are going to take this alpha values in order to do the conversion of this li into code vectors you are supposed to do it. Okay. So how you are going to do is, so therefore what you are supposed to do is that you take the first value, that is alpha 1, anyway it is 0. So when you convert this into binary, always it will be equal to 0 zeros only. It will be 0 zeros zeros only. Whenever whatever that you do the conversion, it will be 0 0 zeros only. The second one, alpha to what? 5 by 16. So if I do it in a 10th notation, that is a decimal notation, we will be getting 0.3125 will be getting. Now what I am doing? I am doing the multiplication. So what I am going to do is I am taking this, that is 0.312 multiplied by 2. So when you do that, what will be getting? 0.621. Since you did not get any carry, so therefore what you got? You carry is equal to 0. I have written. Next, what I will take this number over here and I will multiply by with 2. When I do with 2, what you will be getting? You will be getting 1.25 you will be getting. Since you got a carry, so therefore I have represent with the carry over here. Now I will eliminate the carry. The remaining thing only I will be taking, that is 0.25 is there, right? I will be taking 0.25 and multiply by 2. If I do that, you will be getting 0.5 you will be getting. Okay, so since you did not got any carry, so therefore I will be writing it carry is equal to 0. Similarly, I will be taking this value 0.5 into multiply by 2 will be getting, so you will be getting 1.0. So I will be writing carry as 1 and the remaining thing I will be writing it as 0. Okay, so this procedure you need to consider unless and until the length what you have. So you can see the maximum length what you have 3 is there, means you need to have a 3 bits only. So you have more than 3 bits is there. So you need to stop it over here. And what you're supposed to do is you need to read these binary values in a top to bottom approach. So what is top to bottom approach? 0 1 0 1. So 0.0101 which is converted into 2. This means the binary where the decimal values has been converted into decimal values. So similarly alpha 3. What is alpha 3? It is 4 by 16. When I do the conversion, that is you will be getting 0.5625 in decimal value you will be getting. So this, if I want to convert it into binary, means what I should do is I should multiply with the index value 2. So if I do the multiplication, what you will be getting? You will be getting 1.125. Since you got a carry, so you represent this in terms of a carry. And what is the remaining thing? You will be getting a remaining thing as 0.125. So you take this 0.125 multiply with 2. So what you will be getting? 0.25 you will be getting. Since you did not generated a carry, so you represent it as 0. Similarly, you take this 0.25 multiply by 2. What you will be getting is you will be getting 0.05. Since you did not generated any carry, so therefore you represent it as a 0. Now what you are supposed to do is you need to read them in a top to bottom approach. So when you read down in a top to bottom approach, what you will be getting is 0.100. So that is what we have written. So means what? We have converted this decimal values into binary values. Similarly, L4, if you do that, so you will be getting 0.11, and similarly L5, if you do that, you will be getting a triple ones you'll be getting. So means what? The conversion of decimal value 0.855, if I do it in binary image, so it is equivalent to 0.111 you'll be getting. Okay, so next what you are supposed to do is you need to find out the values, right? So you need to find out the code efficiency. So in order to find out the code efficiency, what you require h of s, and you require the average length of the code words you need to require. So therefore you need to calculate this average length of code words. It is nothing but probability of each symbols multiplied by the values. So when you do the multiplication, what you'll be getting is 5 by 16 into 2 plus 4 by 16 into 2 plus 3 by 16 into 3 plus 2 by 16 into 3. So if you do the multiplication, so the average code length which is required is 2.4375 minutes per symbols you'll be getting. Next, what you're supposed to do is you need to find the entropy of the source. So what is the entropy of the source? It is nothing but summation I is equal to 1 to 6 pi into log 1 by pi. If you do that, and if you substitute all these values, that is nothing but h of s is equal to 5 by 16 log 16 by 5 plus 4 by 16 log 16 by 4 plus 3 by 16 log 16 by 3 plus 2 by 16 log 16 by 2 since you have a 2 values over here, so that is why you have multiplied by 2. So when you do that, you'll be getting h of s is equal to 2.2275 bits per symbol. So therefore, you can find the efficiency of the code words in this manner. So how you can find out h of s divided by L? So if you do that, 2.2275 divided by 2.4375, since I told you efficiency always we are going to calculate in terms of percentage. So if we do that, so you'll be getting efficiency is equal to 91.75. And the code words what we will be having is, so for the first code word, since for the first one it will be anyway, it is a 00. Since for the second one, what is the second one? L2, what you have calculated? 0101. Since you have only two symbols, two digits has to be used, so therefore the two digits you are going to use, that is nothing but 01. Next, you need to use the first three digits. So you are going to use the first three digit, that is 100. Next, you need to use the next three digits. So you got it as 0.111, and here it is a 0 is there. So therefore you have used that 110. The last one what you have is 0.111 is there. Since you need to use represent that in terms of 3-bit value, so therefore you will be getting a 111. So these are the converted code alphabet, whereas this is the efficiency with which we have calculated or converted the source alphabet into code alphabet. So the remaining thing we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.